Electrocution.
Whoa.
What you just
This is
heard was an
signal.
electrical arc created by a homemade booby trap. However, the intended target was Michael Wilson's pregnant wife, Ashley. Someone had attempted to murder Ashley and her unborn baby by electrocution. Michael's erratic behavior and obsession with her cheating made him
There's some that'll say pop.
the #1 suspect. On December 26, 2017, Flagler County deputies responded to a 911 call from Ashley's stepfather, John.
Okay.
And I have a key.
She's had trouble with her kind of estranged husband.
She's
And we
filed
talked to
divorce.
Officer Jacobs.
So they're not divorced.
No, but
Okay.
he left
I
about
just-
a month. He left about a month ago.
He left.
Okay,
This
let's.
is a really twisted story.
Bizarre
But anyway, she went to Tennessee for Christmas,
He was up there.
and he was actually there. But on the
Okay.
way
When he
back,
found out that she was there, he came back down.
Yeah.
Just.
Michael, who had recently been diagnosed
Yeah. All right. I'm not. All right.
with a mental illness, made some disturbing comments to Ashley about what she would find at her house.
I need to see Ashley. We need to see this Ashley girl ASAP.
So she called John to check it out.
ASAP.
No, I'm mule kicking it. I think they just called us.
There's something.
Whoa.
What's that?
I don't know, but it popped.
What?
Something popped.
It's a chair.
No, something actually popped.
No, facts. I heard that.
There's something up there.
that's the baby's.
There's something on that table.
Yeah, chair. This is where I wish I had my scope camera.
Something did pop. That was.
Yeah, but I heard the key.
You know,
It was like a.
no, he rigged up the there's electrical cords rigged up. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
there's something on this table right here. You see, it's like a battery.
That is that's a
That's a power source.
it's an inverter. Is it an inverter? Huh. All right. Stand by.
Yeah, there's definitely.
As long as I got permission to go in, I'm.
Do it. It's all you.
Yeah, there's a wire,
Look at
a
that.
fold.
It was immediately clear that someone had tampered with the door's locking mechanism using electrical components. One set of wires appeared to be from a cut lamp cord.
Exactly why they hide shit from people like you. We are not the same. Wife and kid.
Typically used for a salt rock lamp in a nearby bedroom. A second set of wires with clamps was connected to the locking mechanism. The rigging was designed so that when a person inserted a key into the top door lock and touched the bottom door handle, they would complete the circuit. This would allow electrical current to flow through the body, potentially fatal if both parts were touched at the same time. This information was confirmed for detectives by an expert at the power company. If the contraption had worked the way it was supposed to, it had the potential to kill Ashley as well as her baby.
And if that firearm obviously is
He's
missing,
wrong.
if we discover that the firearm is with someone other than your daughter, would you like to pursue charges?
Sure, yes.
For the theft?
Mhm.
Okay. That's all I need from that. Anything else you want to add? Or
Can I do anything on my other stuff that he's taken?
What stuff do you take?
My iPhone, my iPad, and a laptop.
How long ago was it? Same thing? Same night?
No,
You ain't do that.
that's when he originally left. Because he
You
worked
ain't
for
do
me.
that.
These were work items. I told him, Michael, if you come back, that's fine. But if you don't, those are my things. And he never came back, so I formally terminated him through my payroll company. And once he's terminated, and I still hasn't returned my stuff. And now last night, we discussed the laptop was actually at Ashley's house. He came back. He took that when he was there. So
Okay, so
he took the iPhone, the iPad when he originally left.
Mhm.
And I have text that's saying I'll leave it in the truck when I leave and all this stuff, and he didn't. But then the laptop he left at home, when he left to go to Ohio or whatever, and then this past time when he was there, it's gone. So he took it.
Detective Blanton also spoke with John, who explained that they had attempted to enter but never made contact with both parts of the door's locking mechanism at the same time. John also mentioned noticing smart cameras in the toilet, which he had retrieved and discarded in the kitchen trash. In the main bedroom, Detective Blanton noticed love letter-style sticky notes and letters scattered across the bed, along with a photo album. One open page showed pictures of Michael Wilson and Ashley together during her pregnancy.
When there's a strong connection between a therapist and a client, it's transformative. You can see when they come to the session, just the difference.
The search of the home also revealed that Ashley's gun had been stolen along with a laptop. At this point, Ashley was still returning from a trip to Tennessee where she spent Christmas with her father and Michael. Ashley stopped by the sheriff's department to speak with detectives as soon as she got back. Michael would have only had about 20 hours in that time span to drive to Florida and back to Tennessee to rig the contraption. Ashley realized that she needed to take his threats seriously this time when Michael knew where she hid her gun even though she never told anyone. Michael's warning to Ashley to only use the front door and make sure his daughter wasn't in her arms was a key indicator he had done something sinister.
What's it like at home with Michael? Like, what's the history with that? Y'all get along well, or?
Before this, I mean, barring the last 2 months, I mean, he was perfect. Great dad, great husband, great provider, very passive, just a sweet guy. Now, he had an event in October, and he kind of fell out on the floor. It was almost like a seizure or a stroke, almost like a TIA. And he refused to go to the emergency room that night. And after that event, it was night and day. He started becoming more aggressive. His whole behavior changed, his whole demeanor. Where before he was very patient with Harper, very, patient with me. He would get irritated easier. He would fall off the handle. He wouldn't come home from work when he normally would. He'd stay out later. It was just a complete night and day.
What about what does he do for a living?
Well, before this, he hasn't worked in a month. But before this, he worked for my stepdad as a field supervisor for his construction business, for my stepdad's construction business at Coastal Cable.
Okay. And what do you do for that? You stay home mom?
I was a stay-at-home mom until this happened. Then I went to work for my stepdad.
Okay.
I'm an office manager there at Coastal Cable now.
Since October? Or
Since the beginning of December, which is actually when he left at the end of November.
Okay.
He went and saw his primary for the follow-up, and his primary diagnosed him as paranoid schizophrenic with ADD and high blood pressure. And when he got that diagnosis, it was completely different. He called me and he said, "There's no way this is right. This is quack doctor. You've set me up," which had kind of been a running thing the last week or so prior to this. He had begun saying I was trying to poison him. My stepdad was trying to kidnap him. People were out to get him. People were watching the house. He'd become very paranoid. So when he got this diagnosis, he was adamant about wanting to get a second opinion. I said, "Well, there's no neurologist that's going to see you today." I said, "You can go to the emergency room." And so my stepdad and mom called him and said, because I was sick with pneumonia at the time with the baby, and they said they would go with him to the emergency room in Halifax. And he said, okay. So he went and met them at the emergency room, and I guess during that process, he became very irritable, said that he had been kidnapped and drugged there against his will. And when my stepdad and mom left, because they had drove him there, he'd met him at the shop before, he said, just call me when they discharge you and I'll come and get you. He never called. He just left the hospital and started walking, and then I think got an Uber. He went to the shop which is where his truck was, and sat there. At that time, he had texted me a few texts saying that I better not be at the house when he gets there, and some other things that were kind of reading between the lines of it may get violent. So I called my stepdad and told him what was going on and asked him if he'd heard from him because he was supposed to pick him up. And when he called the hospital, they had said that he had left. So he found out that he was at the shop. I guess somebody at the shop that was there had called my stepdad. And he let me know, and we had decided that maybe getting him Baker acted was in his best interest. I mean, he's just very sick. And at that point, he had kind of become a danger to himself and others. So before we could get everything kind of going and set in stone, he just up and left the shop, got an Uber and left. After that, it was him just sending me texts saying that I had set him up. It was a kidnap job. It was I had been poisoning him. My mother and stepdad had overdosed him, and he had stayed in town. I guess I found out this after the fact, but he had stayed in town for a few days. That happened on a Thursday, I believe. But on Sunday he left to go to Ohio, which is where he has family, and he had been there for the last 3 weeks leading up to the Christmas event. So we had text back and forth, and it kind of ranged from him from, you know, I want to come back, I want to get better, I want to be a family, I want things to be like they used to be too. I'm going to put you in jail for what you did, poisoning me and kidnapping me, setting me up to be kidnapped.
Bipolar, son.
It just kind of ran the gambit. But I went up there on Thursday nights.
This past Thursday?
This past Thursday, to go up there for Christmas with my dad. And I had talked to him. He had seemed pretty lucid, although it's kind of hard to tell with him. Sometimes he can be as lucid as me and you. And then if you talk to him long enough, he just kind of spirals.
Man. So y'all can hear the video?
After the information from Ashley was gathered, detectives issue a warrant for Michael's arrest. Detectives find that on Michael's Facebook account, he already changed his relationship status to widowed, making it clear that he knew exactly what his intent was.
What are you talking about? Just tell me what's going on. Why are you trying to get into my account?
What's going on is because you fucked with my account, you deleted my fucking account. Your email is associated with those copies of my passwords. So that's why it's showing up on your Gmail account, you stupid son of a bitch.
Oh.
That's why.
Wow. I believe they were linked.
I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of all of it. You hear me? I'm sick of you. I want you out of my life forever.
You guys are going.
And everybody else that I know of.
You're going to prison, so it doesn't really matter. You won't have anybody in your
I'm going to prison. Hey, buddy, you better be watching your ass because you know what? You're coming after you. Coming after you.
All right.
Okay, where are you? Where are you then? Let me tell you where you are. Tell me where you are. I'll come meet your fucking ass and beat you into the ground like the damn pussy you are.
Well, I'm on my way to 110 Whitehall Drive where I live.
Disrespect.
Well, good. Go. Please go. I'll have the police pick you up there, okay?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I've already talked to Daytona. I've already talked to Ormond, and Ormond's on their way to your home.
Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, guys. So if you could get Loopy under control, I'm down. I filed for a temporary protection order. Sergeant Miller will be in touch with you from Flagler County. If you need something and have a serious conversation, then get Crazy off my Gmail account and quit having her hack it. I have to reset it every 5 minutes. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do anything when I can't even have my Gmail account. I would love to see Harper. I would love to see the kids. But unfortunately, I fear for my life because Jay said the life insurance policy was canceled, and it is not. Everything I have is on recording. Everything I have is on video. So tip me. I am going to the law. It's gotten ugly. I'm sorry, Ashley. I think we could have worked this out, but I don't see us working this out with your family sticking their nose in the middle of it. ATF is after Jay, and I tell you what, it's not looking good for anybody down there, and especially with stuff like this. Only thing I can do is use my rights and show them all of the evidence.
Detectives were able to ping Michael's phone to a location in Knoxville, Tennessee, where Knoxville police arrested him in a parking lot outside of a resource center. A search revealed a small bag of meth in his shoe, as well as the stolen laptop, stolen company phone, and ammunition. During a controlled call, Detective Blanton had Ashley call Michael to see if he would admit to going into the home and tampering with the electrical device, but he denies ever being in Florida.
Did you go inside?
She wasn't there.
Did you go inside?
No, she wasn't there.
I mean, even to pick up, you forgot something, or I mean, because you've been on kind of. She brought you some shit, but I know me. If I were gone for a week or so, I would be
that house out.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a single piece of clothing left on a hanger if I was to go in there and get my stuff. I assure you.
Well, this is what I'm being told you did. Is that you set a door up to electrocute your wife.
I set a door up?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
A doorknob up to electric so she'd get
Right.
electrocuted.
How do you do
that?
She told me she's got camera footage. Fingerprints. Fingerprints. Fingerprints.
Well, and I'm sure they're doing some lab stuff. You see the guy's got gloves on. They're doing it.
Please, fingerprint.
So you're telling me you didn't have anything to do with this?
No.
Listen, no, but
Fingerprint. Fingerprint.
have you heard from her today?
Yeah, she was very apologetic.
The
The other day she said something about a bomb. She said there was a bomb in her house.
She said something to you about a bomb?
A bomb in her house.
When did she say that?
Last night.
I go tell you. He might arrest him. Right. Sure.
I don't know if it was by the time she got there. Like I said, my times are kind of messed up and stuff.
But she told you last night that there was a bomb in her house.
Yeah. Last night while she was still on the road going, and then I called.
So
Jay.
how would she have found out about that?
Hell if I know. I'm telling you, they're setting me up. This is bullshit. So a battery charger hooked to a door is gonna.
Well, I don't know, or is it? You tell me. It looks to me like that may be into electrical outlet, into standard wiring.
This is mine for my boat that I had. That is my charger from my boat, from my 17-foot backpacker.
So that red,
I bought this at Harbor Freight. That's mine. So that's, I mean, my fingerprints are going to be on that either way. See, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Why would I do the front door? I didn't go in. What's this and this?
But see now, wait a minute. First you told me you drove by. Now you changed your story on me a little bit.
Doesn't matter. It's my house. It's not.
I know, but you've changed your story on me. You could have said, "Look, I went in the garage." You didn't have to say that. So you ultimately spent a little bit more time.
I thought she was cheating on me, sir.
Okay.
I thought she was running around on me, and she obviously was, because where would she be other than home? With my daughter. My daughter. She's just out running around with men or what? She's been known to be pretty promiscuous.
Did you do this?
No.
Even to scare her?
Nope. That is not even harmful. First off, you could take that battery charger and hook it up to that door as much as you wanted. It's not going to push current through it. Do you know why? Do you know how electricity works? Okay, then clearly you know that's a hoax. There's nothing.
Michael is brought in for questioning with Detective Washam of the Knoxville Police Department. Unbeknownst to Michael, Flagler County detectives were able to secure a search warrant for his phone and laptop. Photos found on Michael's phone showed a picture of Ashley with a skull face he had drawn on her, possibly symbolizing her intended death. It also revealed search results where he Googled how to set a booby trap with a charge, and text messages expressing his opinions on her alleged cheating. Michael doesn't really make much sense, and when asked why he did it, he explains to Detective Washam that he believes his wife was cheating on him and was pregnant with someone else's baby. He also claimed that his mini-stroke was a result of his wife and her parents trying to poison him to cash out the life insurance policy they took out on him. Together with the drugs and mental illness diagnosis, Michael thought they were out to get him. GPS placed Michael in Florida on December 23rd, where he also stopped at a tattoo shop he previously worked for. Without a doubt, Michael was the one to place the trap and intimidate his wife. Even with the concrete evidence, Michael was tried for attempted murder but found guilty on a lesser charge of attempted aggravated battery. He received credit for jail time served and was able to get out on parole in 2020. While in jail, he placed a recorded phone call to his mother and revealed where the stolen gun was located. Knoxville police successfully located the stolen firearm.
Yo. This shit crazy. Shout out to you for making this. Yeah. Shout out to the doofus. Shout out to the. Wow.